Hey everybody, welcome to Mom Talk. Oh my gosh, it's a wonderful Sunday afternoon slash evening. I am Melody.
I'm Kat.
I'm Carrie.
See, yes, we do have to go in that order, but usually Kat's there because Carrie's not on time usually. No, you guys usually get here right around the same time. Last week was different. That's all.
Yes.
You were having fun with your family. So,
You know
hi
what? Let me tell you, I don't even remember last week's conversation.
everybody. That tells us a lot about the condition. Yeah. You did great though. You didn't like slur your words or anything.
Good, because I was that way with my brother too. And I'm like, oh crap. Thing.
Hey, just goes to show you can handle your alcohol. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's also how I got myself into a date too, because I had no idea that I called somebody and I was chatting on the phone. I'm like,
Carrie, is that where the date you were on today? You big stupid head. Don't drink and dial. What do we got to tell
I
you this
know.
for?
You know what? You would think I'd learn, but I
You
didn't.
would think at your age.
I love
We're
that you
totally
just called her a big stupid head.
at my age.
I was a big stupid head.
Big
You big
stupid
duty
head.
head.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we're all like 10 in our brains, right?
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
Oh God, yeah, I think like a juvenile still,
yeah. Well,
but
so this guy's like, well, we're antiques. And I'm like,
ah,
excuse me?
for yourself, buddy.
Maybe my mom is.
Yeah,
But
is he
no,
trying to make points with you like that? What the hell?
I have no idea.
Kat, I told Carrie we're totally going to do a show on dating because apparently she's in a Facebook dating group. I'm like, I didn't even know there was such. I thought it was like a thing on Facebook. I was like, is it in Marketplace?
Yeah. I don't know. A friend of mine put me on it. I'm like,
It's a group, yeah, on Facebook. There's a
Oh, well,
few.
my friend is in a dating group that is for deadhead singles.
Oh God. See, okay, we can't go off on this tangent though. Because I already wrote the title and everything that we're talking
Okay.
about traveling today. So next
Okay.
week,
Stick to theme. Is that what you're
hold
saying?
that thought.
Stick to theme.
We're talking about your friend and her dating. I'm going to get my sister to join us next week because she found her husband on a dating site.
oh, nice.
Oh, and my girls too.
Yeah.
Every single one of, well, no, not Rebecca's. Hers was a regular that was kind of stalking her at her bar. So
That's a little
we know those
scary.
guys, right, Carrie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we'll definitely talk about like the new world of dating next week. Good. So we already have next week's topic. So, but I
Woohoo!
was thinking about honestly, like we're going a bunch of places, right, this year and not like we always do, but I started thinking about like traveling and I feel like we talked about it before when the kids were little, but I don't remember talking about it. So I thought, well, let's talk about it anyways, because I kind of want to revisit any topic that we talked about anyways, just to see
Yeah.
how things are different, right? So, so different. Well, first of all, I
Oh,
think it,
some,
for some, not for you.
not for me.
Carrie's like, I never went anywhere and I still don't go anywhere.
Not, and if I go anywhere, then I'm paying for everybody. We're all going together. I'm arranging everything. Yeah.
That's why Thanksgiving didn't happen, right? Isn't that why you didn't go to Michigan or
Oh,
something where,
we used to go all the time, but we've
right?
gone since I think maybe a couple times after I got divorced. And then when you're in hospitality, you don't leave during holidays.
No, doesn't happen. But when we first were going to have kids, and it's the same with pets too, right? You think about, oh, we're not going to be able to do this, we're not going to be able to do that because we're going to have responsibilities and we can't leave them and la 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 la. And Kat, was it you when the kids were little? Like you were like, I can't go anywhere. Like you had no family here.
Oh, yeah. There were
Yeah.
years that I didn't even, there were years that I was never alone in my own house. Because if the kids weren't with me,
They were there. It was
yeah, I
visiting.
mean, because I was a teacher.
Yeah.
So they were either, I was dropping them off and picking them up. Like I was either at work or with my children. Those
Right.
were
It was, that's your world, right? Like that's your
right.
whole thing. But
And that was fine. But
yeah,
I mean, we did travel, but I never, well, like Scott and I never, we barely went on a date. And that
yeah.
was only once a year. One of my friends would watch my kids so we could go out for our anniversary once a year.
No, I remember that time, Kat,
Yep.
because I was just like, we were so lucky. Like we had his parents. My mom, well, she was kind of useless because we asked her one time and she said no,
Oh,
that it really wasn't a place for kids. And I'm like, what?
yeah.
But, she saw Grandma of the Year with Dan's mom and was like, I can't compete with that. So you just
She's
go ahead
like,
and let
I'm
them go to
going to take
dance.
a different route.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to, I'll show up to all the shows and stuff and I'll be that grandma. But but we had friends that they were friends with friends and like you guys too. And so I think that, we were able to do more and thank God because we traveled so much. I mean, I feel like we traveled more then than we do now. Well, maybe not more, but it was
We
more.
just took our kids with us.
Yeah.
People are like, why do you go to Disney all the time? And I was like, because my kids like it and we
Yeah,
can go and it's still a vacation,
absolutely.
you
And it's
know? But
fun.
but in the summer we would do long road trips. And now that Lexi's living in Atlanta, people are like, "Oh, are you flying home?" And she's like, "No, I'm driving." They're like, "It's like 10 hours." And she's like,
My kids do the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
they're just like, "What? What's 10 hours? That's not a
Yeah.
big deal. We do that all the time." I do,
Yep.
yeah, I can drive 10 hours by myself. She's like, "Do I not look like I know how to drive?" Like,
Yeah.
why would somebody
I'm
think that?
perfectly capable. I'm a human. I'm not 12 anymore. I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And I think that part of that, like, because we did travel with our kids, because we were fortunate enough to be able to do that. Trust me, I get it. Like, not everybody's able to do that. Um, I think that helped them become more like travel ready. Like Rebecca has flown and gone around. She's been to Miami like 4 times by herself from North Carolina. So she's flown. They've flown here. She freaking drove to Chicago from North Carolina. You know what I mean? Like they have no
Yes.
qualms about planning a trip. Jessica and Rebecca, when Rebecca was a senior in high school, or it was actually the summer before she was a senior, and I can't believe I think about it now. I'm like, I can't believe I let her do this. She and Jessica went to Oregon for a week. Like she was still in high school and Jessica was like 20, right? Jessica totally planned the trip. She rented a car for when they got there. She, planned all the places they were going to stay. They camped in Washington State, like in a park. I mean, I was just like, that's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
good. But
Yeah.
they were also scouts too. So I think that
Right.
teaches them a lot about, that also. But I just think it prepares them. Danielle hates flying, but she does it, right? Like she
Mhm.
knows the process and how to do it. And they're very well versed on traveling now. So
Well, the very first time that Lexi did a road trip by herself,
Mhm.
I was like,
Oh yeah.
okay,
It's
like
nerve-wracking.
she went up from Naples to Gainesville to see a friend in college. And so I was like, okay, so now you're going to be driving by yourself. So, you can't take your jacket off while you're driving because nobody's there to hold the steering wheel. And, like you have to like little things like that, like you have to like have planned out. I'm like, have your playlist planned out, have your snacks at the ready, have your soda bottle already popped open, like all of that. Like I was like giving her all the lowdown on what to do. And
Because you
so
don't have a
I was,
co-pilot to do all that
she
stuff.
didn't have a co-pilot. So I was like, you're driving by yourself. These are the things that you need to pay attention to. And she gets there and I was like, how was it? How was it? And she was like, everything was easy until I got outside of Gainesville. And she goes, I had never driven on a hill.
I
She
mean,
had
there's hills
only
on the way
driven,
there. Oh, when she got up there, yeah.
yeah, she had
Like by
only driven in
Ocala.
Naples in Lee County,
Yep.
and she had never driven on a hill. And she was like, the first time I went over that big hill, she was just like,
That's like the girls in North Carolina on freaking mountains. It's the same. So they're so distracted because they see and they're like driving. And I'm like, you gotta focus. And they're like, I know it was so hard when we first moved here because they're just like in awe of the
yes,
views everywhere. And I'm like, pay attention to the road. Okay, so Carrie, you get a chance to talk now. And don't say you never went anywhere because you did, and your
Well,
kids
no,
went to college in other states.
well,
So
so we're used to driving constantly because when I got divorced, he moved back to Michigan. So we were flying all the time. I mean, Breno has probably had been a frequent flyer, flying by herself forever. So she's been doing all that, and now she drives the drive
yeah,
instead of flying. But yeah, we always drove everywhere,
right.
uh, just because there were so many of us. And then we stopped doing vacation as the kids were always so busy. So
Yeah.
if you weren't in dance when we were down in Bonita Springs, then we were up here. Then it's regattas. So we were going to Melbourne, we're going to Sarasota, we're going to Orlando.
Oh, they
So
could probably tell you all about this state better than anybody, man.
uh,
They've been around the state.
well, and then too, then you go to nationals. Now we're going to Tennessee. Now we're going to
Mhm.
Georgia. And then Michaela, by that time, when she was a junior in high school, she's flying out to California. She's flying out to Seattle. So, and the one thing that I wanted to make sure is, because we were in Florida and the kids were born in Florida, I'm like, you guys have to see other states. So
Yeah.
in Tennessee, and then all of us driving back in front from Tennessee, and you crack me up, Kat, because I'm like thinking, it doesn't matter who I'm sitting next to. Nobody ever helps me in the next, you know. This,
Carrie may have a
and
body of a co-pilot, but they're not actually doing the duties.
the only rule about sitting in the front seat is you're not allowed to go to bed. You can't sleep.
Can't sleep.
No,
Oh,
you
that's
got to.
kind of that's a good rule.
But I mean, this is even for when I was married to my ex, to everything else. The only one who does anything is my mom. And I don't like to drive with her anymore because half the time her butt's in my face when she's like, oh, hold on, let me get that. And she's, in the back seat because she hasn't gotten Kat's list on how to properly pack. And I'm like, Mom, stop. The 2-hour drive. My God, we don't need great
It's not safe.
water.
Safety first. Leave your seatbelt on.
Yeah. So, but
Your
yeah,
mom's crawling around in the car, for real.
we've probably driven just about every state, west of the was it the Mississippi? Sorry, east of the Mississippi.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And now, now that we're empty nesters, right? Like we got certified, scuba certified, so we've been to a lot of places that have to do with that. But Dan would win these trips with work. That was the only reason we went the
Yeah.
places that we went without the kids. But yeah, every other trip the kids went too. Like we went to New York, we bought a camper and we went on a road trip, and so we started and we went a circle up the east to Washington, D.C., over to Kentucky, Tennessee. Like we did a whole circle. So we saw a bunch of stuff. So now though, when I want to go somewhere, it's like I want to go somewhere I haven't been, right? Like
yes,
I want to see stuff. So our last hurrah that we, like you, Carrie, bought and paid for everything, like with the girls, because that's another thing. They get older and you still want to travel with them, but you're still paying for, in our case, 5 people. So we did an Alaskan cruise in, when was that? Oh, it was 22 because it was supposed to be 2020 and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
So we did that in 2022 and we paid for all the girls
Yeah.
to go, paid for the airfare, paid for the excursions. And the only thing we're like, we're not paying for any drink packages because it's so expensive. I'm like, if you guys want to drink, go ahead, but I'm not paying for it. So we paid for enough. And we loved it, but we ended up having credit because of the whole COVID thing. They canceled, so they gave us credit, blah, blah, blah. So we got our rooms upgraded. We still had all this credit. So Dan and I booked a cruise for us to the ABC Islands to scuba dive. So that
Nice.
was cool. But it's
Yeah.
like the difference in the two experiences, it was like within 6 months of each other, so you could really compare. And the one, it was fun, but they always wanted to go off by themselves,
Yeah.
right? It was like the three of them and us. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
this is supposed to be all of it. This isn't a cruise that you guys just came up with and paid for, and you're gonna go on a young adult cruise with it. You know what I mean? Like, because they had friends that would do that. Like they would take these 4-day cruises out of Miami or whatever. I'm like, this is a big, expensive deal. And this is the last trip that we're footing the bill for. So I don't know. We just felt kind of like snubbed a little bit. And we had to have a talk with them when we got home. Oh shit, we're running out of time. We got 10 minutes. Okay. And so yeah, so when they become adults, it's like, when do you stop that, right? Like, have you stopped it, or do you still carry? Do you still pay? Kat, do you guys pay if you're going to take a trip together?
Well, I can just tell you, last week I was, jumping in on my brother's vacation. So,
He didn't pay for you.
but my brother did pay for, and I'm going to say that I'm at least 90% sure that was, well, look, he's got, he did get the place down in Marco. Um, you know, it paid for the dog sitter for 5 dogs. You know, had it from for everybody's dog. And then it was my brother, his wife, my nephew, his wife, and his 2 kids, and my niece, and they all have one of those in the what is it, the Marriott vacation place in Marco.
That just got sold, by the way.
Oh, did it? Well,
Mhm.
not yet, not since last week, but
No, no, no. It's been sold since then.
yeah.
But it's
So
in. It's not done yet. Yeah.
right. So
But who bought it? Who bought
that's
it?
they've been doing this, I guess, for a while, and that's what they do.
But that, I mean, so they're not only paying for the kids, now they're paying for the grandkids too.
Yeah.
He must make a lot of money because that's that's a lot. Cat,
Yeah.
Yes.
you do still.
So far we still pay for our kids' vacations
Yeah.
when they come with us.
But I mean, do you like plan a vacation, or you for all of you, or do you say, "Hey, we're going to go here," and if you want to go,
Um,
or do they say, "Hey, mom and dad, let's go to blah blah blah," and you're like, "That's a great idea. Let me pay for it." Okay, did I freeze or did you guys? You're both frozen on my screen.
for it. We went to Disney, but we were trying
Okay.
to. She always wants.
Oh, I guess we're back.
Yeah, I
She
lost my internet. So I completely lost like the last minute and a half. So
we just kept carrying on.
Yeah.
We were talking about that some of our vacations are now going to visit where the children are. So
yeah,
it's not really a vacation, it's where they live.
yeah,
And I was saying that,
that's what we've done.
we have gone up to see Lexi, but she usually wants to come here. She wants to come home. She wants to see her pets. She wants to see her friends that still live here. So I would say maybe we see her 4 or 6 times a year and only 1 or 2
You guys froze up again.
the rest of the she froze up again.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
She's
did.
frozen.
Okay, we're all there. Okay. My internet keeps dropping for some reason. It's really weird. It shows I'm on right now though, but I'm sure we only have a couple minutes left.
It's your neighbor. It's your neighbor.
I swear to God, every time something happens, I blame that bitch. I'm like, they're hacking into our internet. They're
Hacking
because
in.
like
They're hacking in.
yeah,
They're slowing
Spotify
us
would go out. I'm
down.
like, he's hacking into our Spotify and turning it off.
They're
Damn.
turning it up right when they call the cops on you.
Right, exactly. I swear it wasn't that loud. Lame.
So
Okay,
we have
well,
vacation rentals all around us.
yeah.
And one time we kept hearing them the whole time going, Alexa, play this. Alexa, play that. And they were playing the worst music. And then one night Scott goes out there and he was like, Alexa, play this.
What did he say? Play what?
It's just like, Alexa, play blah, 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 and change their music.
It did?
Because it was so bad and he had it.
That's hilarious, though. Good for him. Good for him.
We're like, they don't know.
Yeah.
It's the end of the week. We'll never see him again.
Yeah.
You don't know. But anyways,
True, but
so
we took
Carrie,
our chances.
so you guys are still basically footing the bill then, if you're gonna go do something with them.
Most of it.
Depends on what it is.
The younger two. The older two, well, okay, not Michaela, usually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we usually, wherever it is, Brenna's right with me anyway.
Right.
Like, it depends. So our next big thing, as talking to my brother, we're gonna do like I said, I can't do Thanksgiving, so I'm trying to get everybody to go to Michigan so we all can get together as a family that way. And so with that, because it's what I want to do, I'll pay for whoever wants to go.
Right.
If they're like, well, I can't really afford it. Well, then I'll make it to where they can.
Right.
I want.
Yeah, because because it was your idea, and
yeah,
they don't necessarily have to go, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
and if it was I'm going to do this cruise, does anybody else want to go? Well, then that's their cue.
Exactly.
You want to go.
They got to come up with the money too.
Right.
Because that's kind of what it was with the Alaska thing. I mean, when we were planning it, we were shocked because they were like they were put out, right? I'm like, dude, do you not understand? This is like the trip of a lifetime. You should be so grateful. And of course, afterwards, they're like, best trip of my life. La, 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 la,
Yeah.
la. I'm like, but it was like, it was so much because they were at that age where like Danielle had a boyfriend. She didn't want to be gone. When we went to California, one year. She was on her freaking phone the whole time, right?
Oh.
She was all, she missed her boyfriend. It was when she was with that guy, Lewis Carey, that we went to Beach Gardens with you guys. But it was just, and as they get older, they mature and they understand, right? But at the time, they were just like, inconvenienced to go on this fabulous once in a lifetime. We told them, like, how many kids do you know that got to go on an Alaskan cruise, bought and paid for? You know what I mean? Like it's a big deal. So, but that was the last one. Like they probably got miles with Allegiant, right? Because they fly here from North Carolina. Jessica comes every April for her birthday to go to the castle in Tampa. So I mean, they're well versed now and they plan ahead. And Danielle's traveled with her work a couple of times already. So, but she hates flying.
Well, yeah. Michaela with Ben. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, so many stamps in their freaking
passport.
We were supposed to go to Japan in 2020 to go watch Ben race.
Yeah.
And of course, we couldn't go. So I had a passport and I just renewed it with 0 stamps in it. So
now you have it. But you have it.
We've only got a few. Don't worry about it. Yeah. It's expensive. And right now it's kind of scary to travel by air also. I want to take a train trip though, to be sure. I think that would be cool.
Well, when you said that, my cousin right now is on a 30-day rail pass train trip.
Oh, and that sounds so fun.
Eugene, she's doing the legs. So she's doing like 29 days and by herself.
What?
Yeah, our age, by herself, doing a train trip.
Holy
She's been gone 9 days now.
See, that's too long, though. I mean, in my opinion, I probably wouldn't.
She's having a great time. So
and she's our age. How the hell she have a month to do that?
What?
How does she have a month to do that?
She works remotely, so she's just.
I needed a remote job. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
I'd be gone all the time.
Yep.
Traveling everywhere. Anyways. Okay.
That's the goal.
That's us. Yes. That's our retirement, right? We were going to get an RV. We're like, freaking take 6 hours just get out of the state, though, in an RV. We'd have to go a month at a time. So we ended up building a lake house instead. We just go up there. So, all right, ladies. Well, this was fun. We'll talk to you next week about dating. Bye.
Have a good week.
Bye, guys.